I'm Tiffany Young for IdeateTV, and I'm here with Gabe Cheng, and he is the writer of a new comic book. Tell us about this comic book.
So it's called For Molly. It's about an antisocial talking dog named Molly, helps a recently divorced New Yorker named Greg rescue his sister from an evil that lurks in the New Jersey forest.
I love the description. So what inspired you did you create these characters, and what inspired you to create this story?
Well, it's inspired by a couple of things. The first thing is that I used to be a high school teacher. I had a lot of really good relationships with students that were kind of rough around the edges, that had their boundaries up, that had their walls up at the beginning of the year, but as they kind of broke down, I got really rewarding relationships with them. So the character of Molly is based on one of my former students who's kind of like that. And then the other thing that was the big inspiration is that I'm from New Jersey, grew up in New Jersey, and it's just a lot of people from California don't know that it's a lot of green, a lot of trees, and in those trees, in those forested areas, there's a lot of abandoned stuff. Abandoned train tracks, abandoned houses, abandoned cemeteries, abandoned factories, and it's just, there's so many cool arcane qualities about that. I was really inspired to create a story based in that setting that had a bit of a twist to it, where it's kind of like our world, but it's not exactly like our world, because humans are able to talk to dogs. Yeah.
That sounds very cool. Are you still teaching?
I'm not still teaching. I made a career switch, and this is still my side hustle, not my day job. But I made a career switch. I work in entertainment. Yeah.
Cool. What was that like when you made that decision to switch over? Like, I'm going after this dream. Like.
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, it was really hard. It was really difficult. I found teaching to be a very rewarding profession. I have a lot of respect for teachers. I still give money when I can to the UCI School of Education, which is where I graduated from, and it was a very difficult situation. But I felt like that it was the right time for me to get out and to really pursue my dream, and to be doing all of this, and creating these comics, and hopefully building that into a new career.
Cool. And you teamed up with a very talented artist that brought your ideas to life.
Yeah, absolutely. His name is Ben Sawyer, at Sketch Sawyer on social media. He's not just a great artist, he's a great guy. We have a great working relationship. I've actually only met him one time because he works and lives in St. Louis. So we worked together for almost a year and a half, almost 2 years, and we met for the first time at the San Diego Comic-Con this past July. So yeah, but we have a great working relationship, even though it's almost been entirely over email. Yeah.
Wow, very cool. So what kind of advice would you give for someone that was in your shoes of trying to make that career switch? Like, they want to be in this industry, like, how should they do it? What should they do?
Well, first of all, I mean, I got so much great advice from coming to cons and talking to people. So that's probably the first thing is go to cons, talk to people, network, get advice from all different channels. Research. I went the Kickstarter route. That's not the only way to do it, but I researched a lot of Kickstarters, reached out to a lot of people that had done successful Kickstarters, and just took that advice and tried to adapt it into what I felt like I was comfortable doing. And then you gotta create, you gotta make it, you gotta write it out, you gotta get the script done, and like it does no good sitting on a shelf where nobody can read it. You have to be crossing those boundaries, crossing those thresholds, and hiring an artist and working with that artist and doing all those things, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Yeah.
Very cool. Very good advice. I was going to mention that your character looks a lot like you. You want to tell us the story behind that?
Well, it's partially based on me. Definitely a time in my life that was very difficult that I've kind of come past now. But I really wanted it to be based on a writer. I think he's written an actor, director that I really admire named John Cho. He was, of course, his most famous role is probably Sulu in the Star Trek movies. So I even have it in the character concept art in the back here, where
very cool.
yeah, where he looks like a little bit more like John Cho in that one. I've always really admired him. I think he's like a really great paragon of just a creative person working in the entertainment industry who's also Asian American. But I do own all the clothes that Greg wears in the book, so there's a little bit of that. So.
Very cool. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, that this is that. Just please check it out. It's at formollycomic.com. My social media is at Gabe Cheng Comics on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right,
thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thanks. Tiffany Young for IdeateTV.